Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to connect with you today. Happy Independence Day to all Indians and all Pakistanis across the globe. And I'm so happy to connect with you after really a long time, I think almost a month now. Since today and yesterday we celebrated Pakistan's new Independence Day, and today we are celebrating Indian Independence Day, I want to share something special with you. What is my take on being free or being independent, and what do I understand from the freedom? So I want to share something with you today, that is a 3 by 3 matrix I have created for the freedom. And please write in comments from where you're joining. What do you think about the Independence Day? How do you celebrate it? And what the freedom means to you? Please write in comments. I'm always happy to hear from you. The three things which I want to tell you, that let's start with that. The first thing is, give yourself freedom to make mistake. When you give yourself freedom to make mistake, you open the doors for new opportunities in your life. When you give freedom to make mistake, of course it has to be the legally allowed things. We cannot do the mistakes intentionally, and we cannot do the mistake which are legally not allowed, so be careful with that aspect. But when we give ourselves freedom to make mistake, we give ourselves freedom to go wrong as well. And when we give ourselves freedom to go wrong means we are questioning our belief system, we are keeping our ego in check, and we make sure that we don't know everything in the world. There is a lot more to explore. So our journey is only from being more wrong to the less wrong, because at any point during the journey we are always wrong. There is so much to know about the world which we are yet to explore. So we are just moving from being more wrong to the less wrong. Give yourself freedom to make mistake, give yourself freedom to be wrong. When you give yourself freedom to make mistake, one more thing happens, very interesting. You get ready to be rejected, because when you make mistake, things may not work out and you feel rejected at times. So you give freedom to make rejection also acceptable. And the third thing that happens when you give yourself freedom to make mistake is freedom to fail. It's okay to fail in life. It's okay to not do things may not work out the way we always want them to do, right? So when you give, the first freedom I want you to give today on this special Independence Day is, give freedom to make mistake, which is legal. You may go wrong, you may feel rejected, you may fail, but still give yourself freedom to make mistakes. And please write in comments, how do you will you do that? How will you give yourself freedom to make mistakes? The second thing, oh, let me share how do I give freedom to myself to make mistakes. I try different things, especially the things which I'm not sure about. I just keep exploring, I keep connecting with people, I experiment with things. And I tell openly to this to everyone, 80% of my ideas fail. I just keep experimenting with a lot of ideas, personal life and professional life both. And 80%, more than 80%, sometimes they just fail. Only 20% work out, they give result. But that 20% is much more than what, if you compare with somebody who has not even tried those ideas. So the 20% gives me 100% result, and I'm happy with that. So I'm okay to lose 80% and win 20% to get the results. So this is how I give freedom and space to myself to make mistake and learn and experiment with things, meeting people, connecting, getting rejected, getting failed. Everything is happening, but still I give myself the freedom to make mistake. And I want you to try this out. It's beautiful. The second freedom I want you to give is freedom to be yourself. This is the most difficult thing in the world. We always try to put some cap, some mask, some hat, something we do so that we feel that others are accepting us. But are we really accepting ourselves the way they are? And when I say the way they are, means the way we look, the way we think, the way we explain things, the way we talk, walk, the way we see the world. Do you respect it? Because if you don't respect yourself, if you don't like the way you are, it's how do you expect the world to accept you or the like you, right? So give yourself freedom to be you, authentic you. Of course it has to be without disturbing others peace and harmony and rights. When we are ourselves, we should not be disturbing other peace and others peace, harmony and rights as well. So we have to be mindful of it, because we live in a society, we have to take care of each other. When you give this second freedom, of freedom to be yourself, what happens? Three amazing things happen. The first thing is that you become honest to yourself. You have extreme honest, without any filters conversation with yourself. This is my strength, this is my weakness. I'm going to work on my strength. If some weaknesses I can improve upon, that's perfectly fine, but I'll focus more on my strength than the weakness, because life is finite. If we keep, I have thousands of weaknesses. If I keep wasting my time in improving on weaknesses, when will I have the time to leverage on my strength? So focus on your strength. Just pick some of the weaknesses and work on them. Leave other as it is. Nobody is perfect. Accept yourself as imperfect human being. The second thing that happens when you give yourself freedom to be yourself is you start taking responsibility of your action and its consequences. Believe me, many people, they want freedom, but they don't like the responsibility which comes with the freedom. Because when you're free to make a choice, what happens? You're responsible for the consequences. Try this experiment. When we go to a restaurant and in a big group, and you ask everyone, what do you want to order? Everybody just pass on the responsibility to the other person. They say, no, you decide, you decide. Why? Especially if you're going to a new restaurant. Why? Because nobody wants to take the responsibility of ordering some dish. If they order and if nobody likes it, they may fail, and they have that fear of failing. So they don't want to take the responsibility of consequence. That's why they don't want to take the responsibility of action. But when you give freedom to yourself to express yourself authentically, to be yourself, you put yourself at stake, and you start taking responsibility of your action and its consequences. The third beautiful thing that I want you to do when you give yourself freedom to be yourself is forgive yourself for whatever has happened in past. As I said, you are moving from being more wrong to less wrong to less wrong to less wrong, but we are always wrong whatever we are doing. And why I'm saying this? Because the whether we take science or personal life or anything, what we knew yesterday, today it has changed. Today we know much more, and tomorrow we'll be knowing much more about life and the world and universe and ocean and everything. So we know that, okay, what I knew yesterday was not actually correct, I was little wrong. Now I know much better. Tomorrow I'll know much better. So we are just moving from being more wrong to less wrong. So whatever you did in the past, that's perfectly fine. Forgive yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, you're just carrying that baggage. Life is finite, and if you carry the baggage, how will you enjoy this freedom? So just forgive yourself. You can't do anything about it other than learning from it and just growing and moving forward. So these are the three things you will do when you give the second freedom to yourself, freedom of being you yourself. The third freedom I want you to give today is, this is very special to me because these were the last words of my dad when he was in hospital, and I called him and he said, Beta khush raho. Sorry, be happy. Now I feel that he knew that the whole essence of life is just being happy. So give yourself the freedom. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect this. But give yourself freedom to be happy. Accept compliments gracefully because you deserve them. That's why people are giving. I find it so strange that when anybody gives compliment to someone, they say, no, no, I do much better than this. This is just I did without preparation. Accept compliments gracefully. There is an art of accepting the compliment. They are giving the compliment, say thank you to them and be happy about it. You don't have to justify that thing, what action you have done. Second thing, what happens when you give freedom to be happy is talk about your strength openly. It's not bragging. Talk about it. I'm good at this. I'm excellent at this. I'm so good at speaking. Like I say, I'm so good at connecting with people. I'm so good at expressing, making complex things simple. I'm so good at presenting. I'm so good at making the complex ideas presentable, right? So when you are good at something, explain it gracefully, talk about your strength, as long as you don't put anybody else down. That's perfectly fine. And that's the way to be happy. Sometimes I feel that we are so scared to be happy because we feel that we may lose it. But remember one thing, nothing is permanent, whether it's a happiness or sadness. Anyways, it will go one day and again it will come. So it's like a day and night and it just keep coming and going. So when you have something, when you get the compliment, when you achieve something, when you have strengths, just express it, accept it gracefully and enjoy that moment. And third, the most important thing I want you to do is define your own happiness. Happiness definition is different from each one of us. Maybe what makes you happy may not make me happy. What makes me happy may not make the other person happy. So don't use the standard definition of happiness. You define your own happiness and then enjoy those moments. Like for me, the happiness could be making tea, me and my husband making tea together in kitchen. That's the happiness. So we are sitting together and having dinner is happiness. Or me and my daughter, we do before sleeping, we have a chatter club and we just lie down on the bed and we just talk about and we gossip and we tell stories, we do a lot of things. That's the happiness, and that moment is much more precious than me winning any award or anything. Because winning an award is great, but that's just a momentary happiness. But these the small moments which I'm spending with my family, loved ones, that makes me happy. When I help somebody and they achieve something in their life and they start helping others, that makes me happy. So define your own happiness, what makes you happy, and start living it, start owning your happiness. So once again, I want to wish you very happy Independence Day. Enjoy your freedom. Today I have spoken about three main freedoms. I'll just summarize it quickly. The freedom to make mistakes, give yourself freedom to make mistake, make as many mistakes as possible, just don't repeat them. Make mistake, learn from it, move on, make another mistake, learn from it. And that's the fastest way to move from being more wrong to less wrong. The second freedom I want you to give is give freedom to be yourself without disturbing others peace, harmony and rights. And the third freedom I want you to give is give freedom to be happy. Be happy, enjoy your life, and I love you all. Please connect with me if you have still not connected. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye bye.